Newell and Barrick nice and slow into turns 3 and 4. Gonna get a nice clean and even start off at turn number 4. Here we go. Here comes the 4 of Anderson's coming on late. Green flag is out. Barrick gets the good jump over the 2 of Newell into turn number 1. He's going to be your early leader. Gets a nice bite through turn number 1 and 2. Newell slides up a little bit. That's going to open up the door for Buscombe in the 71 down the back straightaway, but he can't quite make it. Here comes Jay Moulton in the 10.
On the inside, Jeremy Cooper piloting the 10 for Jay Moulton tonight. Trying to challenge Buscombe, who made a bold move last time through 1 and 2. Cut from the high side to the low side. Can't do it this time because here comes Cooper into 3rd place.
Cooper with a great run there under the 71 of Buscombe takes over 3rd. Leaders already coming up to lap the 4 cars. The 09 of Barrick does a good job to get around them. Buscombe still, or no, sorry, that's Newell holding on to 2nd in the 2. And Cooper now slides up. That might open up the door for Buscombe down the back straightaway.
Barrick under fire from Newell. Newell trying to find a way to get to the inside. Is halfway is the sign at the stripe. Clinton Barrick, Newell. Then it's the 10 and the 71 trading places once again, or looking to do so. Barrick starting to stretch his lead back out.
Coming to 2 to go this time by for the 09 of Clinton Barrick. He's done a good job out front of this one. Newell also a good job to hold on to 2nd. Now he pushes it up into the cushion. That allows the 10 of Cooper to close in just a little bit. 10 of Cooper now closing in on the 2 of Newell for the 2nd spot down the back straightaway as Clinton Barrick comes to white flag. He's got about a 6-car length lead over the 2 of Newell.
Clinton Barrick has things hooked up once again, looking to wrap up heat number 1 in our Bosch Service Uniglass Plus Z-Bart mini stocks here. Gets around Anderson once again, final time in through 3 and 4. Clinton Barrick gonna see the checkers, and he'll win heat number 1 in the mini stocks over Newell, Cooper, Buscombe, and Dennebrigge rounds out your top 5. Field in order. Front row will fire together on this initial start of the race. Green flag in the air, and it's Kenny Hare trying to take advantage of the great start on the bottom side as he puts that 5K right down against the barrier and looks to take the lead, and will do so after sliding past the 16X, which I believe is actually the 10X tonight, still labeled as the 10X for Jeremy May. First lap goes to Kenny Hare.
Race director Doug Leonard just gives us the heads up that the 5K of Kenny Hare is going to be going back a couple spots for a jump in that initial start. So right now your leader still is the 10 of May down the back straightaway. LaFaunacy in the 96 rolling in 2nd, but just, yeah, Hare's going to be penalized a couple spots for that early jump.
Yeah, I thought it might be just too good to be true on that 5K for Kenny Hare. And a little bit of contact there as Tyler LaFaunacy gets a door full of the 10X down low. May in the 10X still trying to hang on to what would be the lead. Looks like 2nd on the racetrack, but technically he is the leader as we approach halfway, with Hare suffering a penalty from that start. LaFaunacy still trying to challenge for the lead up on the outside, but now he's gonna have to deal with his TMR teammate as here comes Kyle Rothwell to challenge for the lead. 3 wide down the back stretch for a brief moment.
Yeah, we haven't said anything about Rothwell in this heat. He started last, but now he's up to 2nd. This is going to be for the lead, yeah, under the inside of May. As there's 2 to go this time by, Rothwell going for the lead from the inside of May into turn number 1. May on the high side, Rothwell on the bottom. Kenny Hare out front in this one, but he's technically running 3rd. As here now, Rothwell takes the lead down the back straightaway from May.
Very smooth corner from Rothwell, puts him in the lead as, again, Hare has the penalty right there. White flag for Kyle Rothwell. One more time around into 1 and 2. So smooth, running that middle groove. And LaFaunacy filing in right behind him. Here comes Cole Hardy trying to make a challenge for what would be 3rd. Final time through 3 and 4. Checkers in the air. Kyle Rothwell will take the heat win. LaFaunacy. And I believe the penalty to Hare is 2 spots, so that'll put him back actually to 3rd with May 4th. and Hardy 5th. Green flag in the air. And look at Lubeck, shot out of a cannon up on the high side. Front row didn't really get going there between Sarantakos and Worcester as the flag was a little late there from the flagman. But they got the call over the radio. They were ready for it, and nobody was more ready than Lubeck, who leads lap 1.
Looks like they're going to let that stand too. Lubeck, your leader in the 14 over the 6 of Sarantakos and the 10 of Hughes. 44. That's Craig Vlasic in the purple 44. Worcester's in the 44 Mustang. So Vlasic in the purple 44 rounding out your top 4, and then Worcester rounding out the top 5 in the other 44. But up front, it's all John Lubeck in that 14 Mustang.
Top 4 cars starting to break away in this one, including the leader, who's gapped the 6X by about, we'll call it 3 car lengths down the back straightaway. John Lubeck comfortably out front in this one. It's Lubeck, Sarantakos, then the 10J of Hughes, and Vlasic in the 44. Still single file at the front side of the field.
Cars strung out right now going around the new Humberstone Speedway. Speedway surface looks in great condition tonight. Lots of bite inside the track tonight, and the 14 of Lubeck definitely putting it to use in that rear wheel drive Mustang out front. Couple of rear wheel drives running 1-2 right now with Lubeck and Sarantakos as he's coming to see the white flag this time.
White flag in the air for John Lubeck. One more time around, you can see as he enters turn 1 and 2, that top side started to come in a little bit more, but that time Lubeck's actually cut the corner, a bit of a diamond that through 1 and 2 that time after running high the previous time. Into 3 and 4, takes that 14L to about the middle part of the racetrack, starting to feel it out, and that car looks like it's feeling great for John Lubeck as he takes the checkered over Sarantakos, Hughes, Vlasic, and Worcester and Cerenzia still doing battle on the back stretches. They're settling the last spot in the top 5. Out of 3 and 4, checkers in the air. Worcester almost bounces it off the wall, and Cerenzia gets him at the line.
Nice and slow into turn number 3 and 4. We're coming to green this time. We want a nice even start from our front row coming out of turn 4. RPM starting to creep up. Now the hammers are down, green flag is out, and we are racing into turn number 1. Even start there between Bailey and Thorne. Bailey pushes the high side. Thorne's going to run the bottom. Let's see who gets the better bite down the back straightaway. We're still dead even down the back straightaway with the 55 and 49. 2 wide all the way through the field. As who's going to lead lap number 1? It is going to be Bailey by a nose over Thorne.
Good run on the top side through 3 and 4. Can Bailey keep the momentum through 1 and 2? Thorne fights back on the outside as they're 3 wide for 4th position with 2 Lampmans on the inside of Trevor Want. Meanwhile, Thorne still trying to take the lead away from Bailey. Up on the outside, here comes Dave Bailey. He'll lead it by about a door length that time as he thunders into 1st.
Bailey now officially clears the 55 of Thorne, and he's going to pull away a little bit down the back straightaway. Teeple up into 3rd in that 11 car. The 2 Lampmans in behind him round out the top 5. As we're single file right now, we're going to click off another lap. Bailey, Thorne, Teeple, Lampman, and Lampman. Your top 5 as they click off lap number 3.
Bailey has cooled off a little bit on the start of this 2022 campaign after starting very hot, winning multiple features early in this one, looking to get back to the winning ways. He's halfway, the leader right now over Thorne, Teeple, Jim Lampman, and Donnie Lampman, your top 5 as they run.
Jim Lampman now in that Camaro starting to move in on the 11 of Teeple. He's trying to get to the inside of him now in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Bailey clicks off another lap. Puts lap 5 in the books, 3 to go in this 8-lap heat for our GR Enviro Rail Street Stocks as Bailey still cruising down the back straightaway with about a 6-car length lead over the 55 of Mikey Thorne in that 55.
Thorne trying to stay with Bailey, but it's not working. Bailey starting to really check and stretch things out Down the back straightaway they go. It's going to be almost a half straightaway advantage for the Brewster Baker Queenston Chev ride of Dave Bailey. He works through 3 and 4 ever so smoothly, right just above the bottom line there. White flag in the air. One more time around for Bailey to wrap it up.
Bailey set sail after he cleared the 55 of Thorne. It's been pretty much, or no, the two Lamans have cleared the 11 at Teeble now, so Jim Lamon and Donnie Lamon into 3rd and 4th, but into 3 and 4. Final time, checkered flag waving in the air. It's going to be Dave Bailey picking up heat number 1 for your street stocks, followed by Thorne, Lamon, Donnie Lamon, Teeple, Larmett, Want, and McPhail. Reed and Bleach going to lead him to green in this one. Green flag is out. Pete Reed gets a real good jump in that 0-5. He's going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Zach Bleach settles into second. Curtis in the 2 easy. That car's got a real nice scheme on it this year. Looking to the inside of Bleach. Here comes Jason Fontaine, already up a couple spots in this 1J. Through 3 and 4, Fontaine is going to take over that 3rd spot as Reed leads his lap 1 in that 0-5.
Pete Reed out front early in this one. Here comes Zach Bleach to challenge, though. He drops back about a half car length as they work into 3 and 4. He makes the charge, trying to find a way inside of Pete Reed is Zach Bleach. Here comes Fontaine into 3rd. Still Pete Reed out front.
Reed doing a real good job in this heat. Awesome looking car for that 0-5 this year. He leads him down the back straightaway with Bleach and Fontaine rounding out the top 3. Fontaine sends it hard into turn number 3 and 4 on the bottom. He's going to get to the inside of Bleach now down the front straightaway. Fontaine looking for second.
Jason Fontaine trying to make a move to second. He'll do so. Down the back straightaway looking to clear. Fontaine will do so into 3 and 4. Pete Reed still out in front and in control of this one. It's Pete Reed, Fontaine, Bleach, and then Beagle in that 84. Nice new paint job on Ryan Beagle, the Big Dogs 84 car.
Beagle up to 4th in that 84 as a feature winner earlier in the year at Maryville. As Reed still out front in that 0-5 as he comes down to click off lap 5. So 3 laps to go here in this final heat for our GR Enviro Street Stocks tonight. Fontaine doing a good job. He came up from 6th. He's rolling in 2nd spot now, and Bleach in that 108 rounds out the top 3.
Pete Reed comes off of turn 4, sees 2 laps to go in the air. Popsicle sticks, Fontaine about 2 car lengths back, but closing the gap just a little bit on entry through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Reed, then it's Fontaine, Bleach, Beagle, and John Couture, your top 5 single file as they run through 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag, here is Pete Reed to take it.
Reed, he's got 4 more corners till he brings home the heat win in this final heat race tonight for the street stocks. Fontaine still holding on to second, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Starter's got the checkered flag ready. It's going to start waving. There it is, waving in the air, and it's going to be Peter Reed picking up the heat win, followed by 1J Fontaine, 108 Bleach, 84 Beagle, 0 Couture, 25 Sargent, and the 93 Kazinga rounds out the field. So it's Seth Roy in the blue and black number 5, and Jacob Dykstra will be in the gray, red, and black 5D. So that's a little confusing there. Dykstra's teammates to Palace there as those cars look the same as the green flag is out. Neely and Stolly going to race it down into turn number 1. Neely gets her a little bit sideways. He's going to take the lead. Stolly gets up on the top side. Roy falls off the top of turn number 1 and 2. He's going to have to gather it back in as here comes Neely now down the front straightaway. He's going to lead lap 1, and that's 74.
It's Rob Neely out front. Staley is settled into second, trying to hold off the charging 77T, who goes up a little bit wide through 1 and 2. That's going to drop Palace back and open the door for Dykstra to take over 3rd. Here comes the pass for 4th. The 45 of Garley is going to try to get around Palace, but now Palace is going to go back to the inside through 1 and 2.
Great battle there between the 77 and 45. 45, Garley's going to try to gather things back in and go back after the 77 to Palace is out front. It's still Rob Neely in this one over the 50 of Stolly, 5D, Jacob Dykstra, 77T, Taylor Palace, and the 45 of Curtis Garley rounds out the top 5 right now, but he's being charged up from the rear by the number 9 of Brian Nanakoke.
Drivers starting to find where the limit is in turn 1 and 2 after a pretty chaotic couple of laps to start this one. Drivers drifting down to the bottom. Powless once again trying to find speed up on the outside, but that's going to drop him back a few car lengths as the top 3 cars start to break away. It's Neely, Stolly, and the 5D of Dykstra.
Track starting to blow off just a little bit in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. That opens up the door on the bottom side for the 5D of Dykstra. That time he got a good run off turn number 2. He's setting his sights on the 50 of Stolly as they see halfway down this time. No, 2 to go, sorry. 6 in, 2 to go that time for the 74 of Neely, who's still pushing that top side off turn number 2.
Neely riding comfortably on the bottom side through 3 and 4, cuts up and sees the white flag with about a 4-car length advantage over Staley. Dykstra dropping back off the back bumper of that 50 ride as well. Cars starting to space out here. Neely, final time through 3 and 4. Nice and smooth run to the checkers. Rob Neely is going to win it in the Radio Shuttle 74. He wins it over Staley in the 50. Dykstra in the 5D. Powless will be 4th, and Gartley in the 45 rounds out your top 5 in the first of 2 crate sprint heats here at Humberstone.
Bowman definitely got a nice looking ride in that 71. Dryden, Ush weekend winner on Friday, going to bring him to green. Green flag is out. He gets a great bite over the 94 of Fraser, and he's going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Dryden leads, slides up. Bowman pushes the 39 off there a little bit in turn number 1 and 2 is Jordan Hill. That's going to open up the door for him on the bottom side. Going to try to stick it in on Bowman as Strafford now battling with Van Avery.
Dryden out front. Bowman slings it in on the bottom side, trying to get to the inside of the 94. Who goes off on the high side of 2? That's going to open the door, and Mike Bowman through to second now. It's Dryden, Bowman, Fraser in the 94, your top 3. And here comes the 28 after starting on the inside of row number 3. Jordan Hill up to 4th.
Stratford now is regrouped in that BNS 39 a little bit, found the bottom off turn number 2, that time going to get a good run. Hill to the top side, Stratford's going to roll the bottom, try to look to the inside of Hill. Best battle on the track right now really is Stratford's gaining on that 28 as that time Hill slides up to the cushion. Stratford going to roll the bottom, but still can't quite get a run on Hill.
Great turn that time through 3 and 4 for Dryden, but at halfway, Bowman starting to close the gap a little bit. Mike Bowman trying to get towards the front of the field in this one, put some pressure on Darren Dryden, who knows how to get it done in a crate sprint.
Dryden clicks off another one. That's going to be 5 in, 3 to go for this second and final Sundance Mobile Restaurants Crate Sprint division here tonight. Bowman kind of stalled out a little bit, hasn't been able to gain on the 12 of Dryden that much in the last couple laps. This Dryden comes down to seat 2 to go this time.
That last time by, Dryden was able to pick up 3/10 at the stripe over Bowman and extend his lead. Fraser falling back off the pace, about a half track back of the leaders. White flag in the air. One more time around for Darren Dryden to seal the deal.
Dryden drifts up to the cushion off 2. One last chance for Mike Bowman, but I think he's a little bit too far back into 3 and 4. Checker flag waving. Dryden looking a little loose, but he's going to pick up the win over Bowman in the 71. 94, Ryan Fraser. 28, Jordan Hill. BS 39, Brett Stratford. And the 77E of Ashton Van Avery going to round out the field in tonight's final heat race for the crate sprints. Damon and Lettingham going to lead into green. 10 cars, 1 heat in our Blast All Equipment late models. Green flag is out, and we are racing into turn number 1. Homan in that 91. You can see that he's just looking to slide under. There he goes, trying to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway, but he's going to think better of it as Lettingham in the 19 is going to lead into turn 3 and 4 as 91 of Homan gets into the back of Damon a little bit. They're getting into 3.
1 car off and around on the high side of 3 and 4. That's the 311 of Pinaccio, and that will bring out our first yellow of the night in the late models.
I was in North Carolina a few kids were racing.
Pinaccio lost it in 3 and 4.
as Lettingham and Damon are now on the front row. Lettingham in the lead. He's going to fire first. He gets the good jump, and he's going to be your leader down the front straightaway. Homan gets under the 44 of Damon now, as now Homan only has to go too wide to try to get by the 44 of Damon. As now we got another one around in turn number 2. It's the 82 of Ken Winfield. We're going to have to go yellow again.
Winfield was down there on the bottom side, and more cars hooked up under yellow here as Homan and the 47 get together as the field was coming to take the yellow, and looks like Homan's going to bring it to a rest here right here on the front stretch. Not sure what happened to those two as my eyes were watching to see if Winfield could get it righted. He'll get the jump on Damon. Green flag in the air. Into turn 1. Lettingham leads it. Pitts now down low trying to challenge for that second spot. He'll have to concede it. Nope, he's going to actually battle back on the inside. As look at the 44. Damon get a run on the outside. One car around again. It's the 49. Hope is around in 3 and 4. That should bring out another yellow, and will do so, yes. Brett Hope out of Blenheim loops it in 3 and 4, and we're under yellow once again. Can now see as the CAA tow truck takes away Homan's ride, a lot of damage to that left rear. See if the team can get that repaired, get him back for the feature.
Damon's been able to push the high side through turn number 1 and 2 and get a run down the back straightaway. Let's see what happens this time. Same thing so far as Lettingham already out by a couple car lengths as they cross the start-finish line. Damon's going to report to the cushion, hammer down and try to get a run as Lettingham slides up to block a little bit as Damon falls off. That's going to open up the door for the 69 of Pitts and the 47 cars. Damon's going to challenge back now on the top of turn number 1 and 2. Damon definitely not afraid to push that cushion as Lettingham clicks off another lap.
Almost 3 wide. Looks like the 15 bails out just in time, and we stay green after that could have been a real ugly scene down in turn 1. Cars starting to get single file a little bit with Lettingham out front, halfway at the stripe. It's Lettingham, Pitts, Damon, and now comes back Pinocchio back inside the top 5 and trying to find his way around the 47B of Brousseau. Good racing in the late models now under green.
Pinocchio not done yet. He's looking to the outside of the 47 of Brousseau. Oh, and now he's going to almost clip the wall a little bit. That's going to open up the door for the 15 of Gillespie. Into turn number 1 and 2 is up front. Here comes Robbie Pitts, and that 69 to the inside of Lettingham. Rob Pitts, that 69 car thumper on the door. Looking to the inside of Lettingham as they come to 2 to go. It's still going to be Lettingham by a nose that time.
Side by side, they race into turn 1. Pitts down low, Lettingham upstairs. Lettingham's going to have to concede the position. Maybe not. He'll try to fight back, and now through 3 and 4. Yellow flag, 1 car off on the high side of 3 and 4. That puts us under the yellow flag with Pitts out front, I believe, as the 82 is off the pace. Winfield, a little bit of damage to that right rear, and then he was off the pace in 3 and 4, and we're going to be looking at a shootout in this one. Maybe 1 or 2 laps left on the counter. We'll see how the race director decides to score this one with Pitts out front. Field being told they're coming to 2 laps to go. Pitts, the control car downstairs. Lettingham will be up on the upside. Flag back in the air, and it's Pitts with the jump. Rob Pitts leads it into turn 1. Lettingham trying to keep pace. Brousseau and the 44 doing battle there. Damon on the outside trying to take 3rd away from Brousseau. Now Brousseau having a look at Lettingham for 2nd. Coming to the white flag. It's Pitts out front. Lettingham has the 44 all over his backside heading into turn 1. One more time around Humberstone Speedway.
Rob Pitts into turn number 3 and 4. Final time, going to roll the bottom, checker flag waving. Rob Pitts going to pick up the win in this heat race as Pinocchio takes a big hit in turn 3 and 4 as the checkers out. Lettingham going to be 2nd, followed by Damon, Brousseau, Gillespie, Hope, and Murawski. So tough break there for Sam Pinocchio as he caught the inside guardrail there on the last lap in 3 and 4 and tore the nose right off that 311.
Yeah, he was trying to find a way around the inside that final corner, and it just didn't work so well for him. That car looks awfully torn up. Mamo and Wright, your front row, fire together, coming out of 4.
Get on the hammer right now.
Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go in the Sportsman here at Humberstone on opening night. Trevor Wright goes around the outside trying to take the lead from Mamo down the back straightaway. They're still even. Jeff Benante in the 66P a little bit loose coming off of 1 and 2 that time, and he's going to drop a couple spots, and Mamo's going to come away with the lead down the front stretch.
Wright not going away in that 0-9. Now Mamo's going to slide up a little bit. Let's see if Wright can cross under. He's going to try. Not going to be able to do it. Is now at the 15 of Adam Leslie has moved his way up. He's going to look to the inside of Trevor Wright now through 3 and 4 for that second spot. And don't look now. Here comes the Gaston's Auto Sales number 99P of Greg Penante. He's moved up into the 4th spot from the last starting position.
Adam Leslie working over Trevor Wright for second. Leslie into 3 and 4 down on the bottom side. Wright pinches him off, trying to hold on to second. Down the front stretch they go. Leslie still looking there in the Sterling Lubricants 15. Into 1 and 2. Can't do it. Now he's going to have to deal with Greg Penante in the 99P to his outside down the back straightaway. Everybody goes single file.
Greg Penante in that 99 now pushing to the outside as they see halfway down. Penante going to take third that time around the outside of the 15 of Leslie. Penante now going to set his sights on the 09 of Wright in second. That's the next one for Penante in line. Is don't count Adam Leslie out just yet as he's going to charge back to the inside of Greg in that 99 as they come down to click off lap number 6.
Mamo looking strong out front in this one. Wright has decent pace, but it seems like Penante and Leslie are both faster. They're trying to find a way around him, but nobody is moving from that bottom side. 2 laps to go, and heat number 1 of the Sterling Lubricants Dirt Car Sportsman.
Noah Mamo looking real good out front of this one. He picked up a novice sportsman win at Ransomville a couple weeks ago, but this is the best he's looked in the normal sportsman, if you ask me, as he sees 1 to go this time by 4 more corners, and Noah Mamo is going to pick up the first sportsman heat of the year here.
Mamo down the back straightaway. 1 more set of corners for his first Sportsman heat win here at Humberstone. Checkers in the air. Look at Noah Mamo come through for the win over Trevor Wright, Greg Penante, Adam Leslie, and Jeff Penante, your top 5.
Sharp finished second a few weeks ago at Maryville, and Curtis Friesen almost picked up the win a couple weeks ago at Maryville, leading most of the laps and just giving it away late. And here we go, green flag going to come out. RPM's coming up. Sharp and Friesen going to lead him into turn number 1. Sharp gets the jump.
Justin Sharp in the Blue Moon Potatoes ride. He's out front, 1 car off. That's Nathan Peaty. He's going to loop it in the high side of turn 2. He'll try to stand on it and keep it going, but it looks like the car is going to stall. And we are going to have to go under yellow as Nathan Peaty now feels the heel of the Church of the Yellow Flag and gets it righted, as our good pal Stephen Petty might say. Cody McPherson looking to continue his winning ways in the season opener here at Humberstone. Green flag back in the air, and it's Justin Sharp who's going to lead him back to green in the Blue Moon Potatoes ride. They thunder into turn 1. Sharp closes the door on McPherson. Now here comes Friesen on the outside. That's Curtis Friesen in the 68 to try to challenge with McPherson there, but he's going to drop the spot as Cody McPherson looks to clear the 68 down the front stretch. It's McPherson into second.
McPherson with a 7th to 2nd run already. We're already only 2 laps into this one. Here comes James Michael Friesen looking to the inside of his brother Kurt down the back straightaway. Going to take the spot from his bro, and he's going to move into 3. And here comes Sharp to click off another lap, but he's got McPherson all over his tail in that 7 car.
Justin Sharp trying to keep the door closed on the inside. Cody McPherson looking for any kind of daylight. He finds it. Down into 3 and 4 they go. McPherson can't pull even. It's still Justin Sharp out front as the halfway sign is up at the start-finish line.
Sharp slides up just a little bit, almost opens up the door for McPherson, but not quite able to hold him off again from down the back straightaway. McPherson now going to switch it up, go to the hop tie side, hit the cushion in turn number 3 and 4, and he's going to drive around the 8 of Sharp, and Cody McPherson's going to lead that lap. Lap 5, McPherson, put him in the books. He's your leader. That bumps Sharp back to second with JMF rounding out the top 3.
McPherson gets the outside to start working in that lucky number 7 Willard Concrete and Trucking Sportsman. 2 laps to go for McPherson. He's out in front. Sharp settles into second. Here comes JMF in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72, trying to find a way by Sharp for second before this one's over. Out front, it's all Cody McPherson.
McPherson coming down to see the white flag. This time 4 more corners, and he's going to pick up the win in heat number 2 here of our Sterling Lubricant Sportsman division. JMF now moving in on the backside of Justin Sharp in that 8 car. That might be the best battle through 3 and 4 on the final lap. McPherson back to the cushion. Checker flags out. It's going to be Cody McPherson picking up the win in heat number 2, followed by Sharp, James Michael Friesen, Curtis Friesen in 4th, 5th Vanderzand, and 6th going to be Hawkins with a good run over the 13 and the 23 of Petey.
Jason Fairway piloting the 53F. Daryl Fairway, the brother, took the feature win at Maryville earlier this year. Green flag in the air, and it's Mallory with a good jump. Bleach trying to hang tough on the outside as they work into turn 1. Mallory down the back straightaway. Bleach, Rouse, and Fairway, the top 4, single file early in this one. Rouse trying to make a move to the inside of Bleach. Can't do it as they come back to complete lap 1.
Rouse now to the outside of the 108 of Bleach, going to try to take over that second spot as Dumont moves into 4th in that 28 car down the back straightaway, still side by side for second with Bleach on the bottom, Rouse on the top, and Rouse is going to clear him that time. Brad Rouse solidly into the second spot now as he's still going back to the top side. Now he's going to chase down the 20 of Mallory down the back straightaway.
Mallory holds the bottom side. Rouse wheels it up on the outside. It's going to be a drag race to the stripe and give it to Rouse. Rouse gets him at the whole stripe. Now can he clear through 1 and 2? Brad Rouse goes up on the high side of 2, and he will do so. Mallory drops back to second. Bleach to third. And now here comes the 28 of Dumont up into 4th, settling in for halfway this time with Brad Rouse out in front.
4 down, 4 to go for the 18R of Brad Rouse. He was quick last year here at Humberstone, and he's looking to move the same way here this year as he's into 3 and 4 on that high side. He's moved up from the rear of the field, and he's leading this one as clicks off lap 5.
Into 1 and 2, Rouse starting to gap the field by a little bit. That last time by the stripe, it was 1.4 seconds separating them. This time, let's see if Rouse can increase it. As we see popsicle sticks in the air at the tower, it's 2 laps to go. Rouse out in front. Now almost a 2-second advantage as he picked up on nearly 0.5 of a second that last lap.
18R car definitely super fast here tonight as he continues to stretch his lead over the 20 of Mallory. It's been pretty single file for the last few laps here as this field starts to string out. Is that white flag out this time in the final heat race of the Sportsman here tonight? Down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3 and 4 on cruise control. 18R coming out of 4, checker flag in the air. He's going to pick up the final heat in the Sterling Lubricant Sportsman. Second going to be Jay Mallory. Third, Billy Bleach. 4th, Mitch Dumont. 5th, Jason Fairway. And a battle for the line for 6th. It's going to be Smolders by a nose over the 35 of Mason. You'll notice a different number on the Tyler Willard car here tonight. He's running the 33. That's for his friend and crew member Mikey Grant, who we lost just a little over a month ago before the season started. So definitely racing with heavy hearts here in that Tyler Willard camp. And that's definitely a cool look with Mikey's number on the door.
And of course, we got the tough news last night that former champion Lloyd Holt passed away. Thinking of that, all the Holt family members and friends tonight as we continue to race. Getting ready to go 8 laps in the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds, heat number 1. It'll be Flanagan and Carlton firing together out of turn 4. Green flag.
Green flag out, and we're racing to turn number 1. Carlton on the top side. Flanagan on the bottom. Nice and even down the back straightaway. Flanagan's going to nose up a little bit. Luke Carlton, he's no stranger to the top side. He's going to push it, and he's going to lead lap 1 over the 74. Flanagan top side coming in real nice at Humberstone Speedway in these later heats.
Carlton has about a car length and a half advantage over Flanagan as they work down the back straightaway. Willard settling into third, and it's 3 wide behind them as Bowman and Stiers make contact. Bowman gets a little bit of the inside guardrail as he slows that one right down, trying to get around Stiers. That wasn't going to work. 3 wide is definitely very tight around 3 and 4 here at Humberstone. Bowman now thunders back past Stiers, trying to make the move stick this time through 3 and 4. Will do so without contact, and Carlton still out front.
Bowman now going to look to the inside of the 11 of Lewis through turn number 1 and 2. Going to get the charge down the back straightaway. Bowman now into 4th, and that 71 is Luke Carlton at 97C, looking extra fast here at Humberstone out front as he clicked off the halfway point that time. 4 down, 4 to go.
Carlton out front, starting to really stretch things out over Flanagan. Then it's the 33 of Willard. Bowman hasn't been able to really track down Willard yet for that 3rd spot after getting involved with Stiers there. Lewis running comfortably in 5th. Cars starting to spread out, and the dust is flying here as Luke Carlton sees 2 laps to go at the stripe.
Carlton pushes out to a 3-second lead over the 74 Flanagan, who's done a good job to hold on to 2nd in that 74 car. Tyler Willard in the 33. Mike Green Tribute holding on to 3rd. Bowman now moving in on Willard in that 33 as the white flag flies for Carlton.
One more time around for Luke Carlton to collect the heat win in the S&W Service Center 358 mods. Luke Carlton out of turn 4 sees the checkered, he wins it. Flanagan will bring it home 2nd. Bowman's not going to quite get there, and it's going to be Willard who settles into 3rd. Bowman 4th, and Lewis Jr. 5th as Podwinski and Stiers with some tight racing coming to the stripe as well. Heavy Chevy's had a real consistent start to the year in the modifieds over at Merrittville, but you know he would like to get the jump on Williamson and a bunch of fast modifieds by winning a heat and maybe even a feature later tonight. Chevalier and Williamson out front. Green flag is in the air, and it's Chevalier on the inside trying to take the lead, but Williamson puts the power down on the outside. They're going to be side by side up off the corner. Chevalier bobbles. It's Williamson pulling ahead into 3 and 4. Up on the outside, Matt Williamson. He'll take the lead off of 4, and he leads lap number 1.
Chevalier not going away quite away, trying to stay with that 6 car. Williamson out front. We've got one around in the middle of turn number 2. That's going to be the Too Cool of Van Mill. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it going. And we got to go yellow. So tough break there for the Too Cool of Van Mill. Gary Lindberg's done a good job to move up to 3rd from that 6th starting spot in this one.
Bill Podwinski in the 72 case, lining up 6th, and Derek Van Mill rejoins at the back of the pack. 7 cars getting ready to go racing once again, with Williamson getting the jump on Chevalier from the bottom side. Lindbergh trying to get to the inside of Chevalier and challenge for 2nd. Can't do it. Chevalier shuts the door. Now up off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Lindbergh's going to be able to pull even into 3 and 4. Down on the bottom side, Lindbergh not going to be able to get it done. Chevalier hangs on to 2nd for now.
Todd Gordon, that 28, moves by the 96 of Fred Carlton for the 4th spot as Lindbergh's going to try again to the inside of Chevalier. Let's see if he pulls a slide job. Nope, not enough room. Chevalier still got a little bit of room around the outside, and it's still going to be Chevalier for the 2nd spot in the line that time, but Lindbergh still pushing that bottom side, trying to get by.
Chevalier upstairs, trying to contend the position, can't do it. Lindbergh through to 2nd. Gary Lindbergh slide job up in front of Chevalier, and here comes the crossover move down to the inside in the Rick's Delivery 12. Heavy Chevy can't get there. Into 1 and 2 this time. He slides it in there once again as he continues to battle for Lindbergh, not letting him get away in that 37S.
Todd Gordon to the inside of the 96 of Fred Carlton. Also a good battle going on for the 4th spot as the battle for 2nd is kind of stalled out for a bit now as Lindbergh moves into it, but now Gordon to the inside of Carlton. Those 2 are going tooth and nail for that 4th spot.
Gordon showed a little bit of speed last night in contention for a modified victory. Williams Williamson, meanwhile, sees the white flag one more time around for Money Matt Williamson. Down the back straightaway he goes, takes it real low off of 1 and 2, into 3 and 4. He slides upstairs. Lindbergh, all he can do is watch as Matt Williamson will take the checker in heat number 2 of the S&W Service Center. He wins it over Gary Lindbergh, Chad Chevalier, Fred Carlton, and Todd Gordon round out your top 5.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rear-view mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Quick perfected fire. Quick Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Inside 19 spot, St. Catharines of 4, Nathan Anderson and Brayton Cruz, and we are racing into turn number 1. The 14 of Lubeck gets the jump.
John Lubeck away with it, missing from the starting lineup. Craig Vlasic in the 44V did not make it out. That moved Kyle Rothwell up to 3rd place, and he's already moved himself up to 2nd now as they work through 3 and 4. One car a little bit squirrely, that's the 2 of Newell. He's going to hang on to it about mid-pack, and lap 1 is in the books with Lubeck out front. Rothwell trying to find a way to keep pace with him. He'll close the gap to about a half car length as they work down the back straightaway and into turn 3.
Lubeck on the bottom, Rothwell on the high side, 10 car. Cooper also moving up in this one as Lubeck picks up. Now we got one around in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Going to turn around right in front of the leaders. That was a bit of a close call from the 77 of Scott Brown. Probably scared the 14 of Lubeck a little bit. Bit of a pucker moment for him as he turned around in front of the field. But everyone scoots by, and we are under yellow on lap 2. Field nice and tight down the back straightaway. Lubeck on the inside, Rothwell on the outside. We are coming to green. We're 2 laps in. There's 13 to go. In this first feature of the night here, it's the Boss Service Uniglass Plus. Mini stocks green. Flag is out. Another good jump for the 14 of Lubeck. 10 of Cooper. Going to look to the inside of the other goal for the 114 of Rothwell. That moves Cooper into 2nd. Here comes LaFontaine in 4th. Hughes not going away in that 10J. And here comes Buscombe in the 71 as well. Gives a little shot to Hughes going into 3.
Working to the inside. Here comes the 10 of Cooper trying to find a way by for the lead. Cooper in the 10 slides up the racetrack, and Lubeck gets tagged by Rothwell and goes around in front of the field off of 2. John Lubeck went from battling for 2nd to battling to get the car fired and rejoin the back of the pack. Rothwell, I'm not sure if he had much room either, as Cooper kind of raced them both up the racetrack, and they all 3 kind of came together, and Lubeck's going to get the worst of it all. Looks like we're trying to get the Newell and Kenny Hare 5K cars to line up. Not sure what the 4 of Anderson is trying to do either there. Either way, confusion at the back of the pack, no matter. Green flag in the air, Cooper away with it. Buscombe, one car goes a little bit sideways into the turn. That was the 10.
Exactly, right?
10J, I believe it was. May. 3 wide down the backstretch as Newell takes a bump from Barrick. That's happening about 7th place on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Cooper has a door full of LaFontaine as Tyler LaFontaine is trying to take the lead into turn 1.
Cooper drifts up the racetrack in turn number 2. That's going to open the door for LaFontaine down the back straightaway. Buscombe, though, not going away. He's right on the rear bumper of that 96. Going to try to follow him through 3 and 4 now. Coming to click off lap number 5. 5 in, 10 to go for the 10 of Cooper, but he's got LaFontaine all over his inside. As now LaFontaine gets loose a little bit, that might open up the inside for the 71 of Buscombe. Buscombe might be able to go 3 wide down the back straightaway, but he thought better of it. Still 10 of Cooper leads into 3.
Tyler LaFontaine trying to hold off a hard-charging Leroy Buscombe, who wants to take a stab at second into turn one. Still down on the bottom side, it's LaFontaine as we've got one car blowing up on the inside. Sorrenzia takes it inside the track and away from the rest of the field. We're going to stay green. Meanwhile, our top three, nose to tail, coming off of four. LaFontaine looking to the outside. Cooper goes up to block. Now down to the inside. Cooper opens the door. LaFontaine trying to close the gap down the back straightaway. He shows the nose to the inside, has to tuck back in line as they work into 3 and 4. LaFontaine going to the inside, halfway at the stripe, and LaFontaine is there.
Halfway down on the Insta panels during the dirt race here at Humberstone. At this time, looks like LaFontaine is going to be able to do it. He clears the 10 of Campbell down the back straightaway as they come up to lap the number 77 of Brown. He gets to the high side, opens up the bottom side for the leaders. They're going to clear him through 3 and 4. And this time by, it's going to be LaFontaine leads. He leads lap number 9.
LaFontaine leads. Cooper trying to battle back on the outside. He's going to drop about a car length, though, that time through 1 and 2 as LaFontaine starts to pull away down the back straightaway. LaFontaine, Cooper, Buscombe. Cars trying to get around the lap traffic. That is the 77 of Brown up on the high side in that white car. 5 laps to go in this one at the stripe.
Single file now a little bit through the top 10. Best battle is Rothwell now getting to the inside of Barrick. Luback's going to go off the top side. So any cars he's passed, they're going to get right back by him. Luback back to the back in that 14 cars. Him and Rothwell really haven't been able to move up through the field as good as I might have thought back when they had their incident back on lap 2. But now Rothwell to the inside in Newell. And that's going to be for about the 9th spot now for the 114 of Rothwell.
Competitive field of cars here in the Instapanels duel on the dirt. Home race number 1 for the mini stocks, the Bosch Service mini stocks here at Humberstone. LaFontaine still continues to lead. Their leaders work down the back straightaway. They're going to have lap cars in front of them. Anderson and the 44 of Worcester will be the first they catch. Will that slow LaFontaine up as we see 2 laps to go at the stripe? 2 to go.
LaFontaine sees 2 to go that time. Campbell going to try to move it up. Here they go, trying to lap the 4 of Anderson. Chop the nose off the 96, and that's going to allow the 10 of Cooper to drive by into the lead. So definite troubles there with the lap car of the 4 of Anderson. This time, the 10 of Cooper going to come down to see the white flag. Let's see what happens here. LaFontaine going to have to get on his horse to catch that 10 car. Definite problem with the lap car for the 96 of LaFontaine as the 10 of Cooper goes down the back straightaway. One final time, last stab for the 96 of LaFontaine. Here comes Buscombe to throw his nose into the ring as well. Checker flag waves coming out of turn number 4. It's going to be 10. Jeremy Cooper picking up the win, followed by LaFontaine, Buscombe, Hughes, Hare, May, Hardy, Worstro, Rothwell, Newell, Barrick, Denebriga, Luback, and Sarantakos.
Pulling into Quick Wick Fire Starter Victory Lane at Humberstone Speedway. It's Jeremy Cooper piloting the 10 tonight. Give a call to your winner in the Duel on the Dirt Instapanels mini stock feature winner, Jeremy Cooper. Come on around and join me, my friend. You had the lead, you lost it there, and lap traffic plays right into your favor. How competitive was this 10 car tonight?
It was a rocket ship. Unfortunately, I think it is over for that engine. It will not start C-solid. But I got to thank Jay Huge for lending me the car. Mine's not ready yet. And tonight was kind of a big deal for me because a good friend passed away, a big fan of racing, and this one was for him. So it's for Dennis McCorder.
Jeremy Cooper pulls into Quick Victory Lane right here and captures the check on the 65th season opener night for $1,000. Field fires together at the end of the guardrail in 4. Flags are up, pedals are down, and away we go in the street stocks with Bailey out front. Bleach fighting to the outside to keep pace. Bailey's going to take the lead as Bleach slides. Here comes Mike Thorne and Donnie Lamb, and they're side by side battling for third. on the outside. Donnie Lampman trying to take away third. He'll do so. He gets around the Burger Barn ride of Mike Thorne. Donnie Lampman through to third.
Donnie Lampman got that metric Monte Carlo car running good here in the early part of the season. He's moved it up to third spot, running that high side. Here comes John Couture in that number 0 Batman car. He's got a good run going. Been struggling a little bit earlier in the year, but he's looking quick here at Humberstone. But as I say that announcer's curse, he goes around in turn number 4, and everybody does get by. That was a super close call there for the 0 of Couture. That could have went much worse. And he's going to be able to spin it around. And are we going to be able to stay green? We are. Bailey clicks off another lap.
Give a call to John Couture for getting that vehicle. Oh, just as I say that, he loops it once again in turn 2. That will bring out a yellow for John Couture. As I was going to give him some props for keeping it rolling, and of course, announcer's jinx takes over. The bad rod pointed the wrong way, and we are under yellow. Also give a call to Pete Reed, as he was pointed right at the outside wall coming off of 4, trying to miss that car of John Couture, but somehow hung on to it and kept the foot in it and saved it. Good wild racing early in the street stocks.
Pace truck into the safe havens of the infield. 49 Bailey, 108 Bleach. They're going to bring him to green. We're 3 laps in, 17 to go on this GR EnviroRail street stock feature here tonight. Green flags out. Bailey gets the good jump over the 108 to Bleach. That's going to open up the inside for 28D. Donnie Lampman to throw his nose in there on the inside of Bleach through turn number 1 and 2. Bleach gets loose. Lampman pulls away, and he's into second. Here comes Fontaine with him. Now Fontaine into third.
Bleach trying to hang tough on the outside. Here comes the big dog, Ryan Beagle, up inside the top 5, but he's got to hold off a challenge from Pete Reed as the top 4 goes single file. Down into turn 1 and 2. Beagle and Reed battling side by side in the top 5. Beagle, the big dog's going to settle in and take the spot from Reed, and now has his sights set on Zach Bleach as Fontaine is now challenging Donnie Lampman. Lampman going around the outside. He'll take second spot back after Fontaine looked to take it away from him on the inside.
Lampman to the high side, Fontaine to the bottom. Here comes Fontaine down the back straightaway. He goes door to door with the 28 of Donnie Lampman, looking for that second spot. Out of turn 3 and 4, Bailey leads another lap. It looks like it's going to be Fontaine by a nose at the line that time as they complete lap number 6. Here comes the 84 though of Ryan Beagle. He's up into the 6th spot, battling with the 05 of Pete Reed, who also looks good right now.
Dave Bailey starting to check out on the field. The Brewster Baker Queenston Chev ride has it pointed the right way down the front stretch and making it look oh so smooth. Fontaine cuts up in front of Donnie Lampman, takes away second spot. Bleach now has a mirror full of Beagle, and up on the outside, here comes Pete Reed. They're going to go 3 wide potentially down into turn 3. Beagle smartly backs out of it and hangs on. He'll fight that fight another lap as here comes Pete Reed around the outside of Bleach. Pete Reed definitely making the outside work. All this happening quite a ways back now of our leader, Dave Bailey.
Bailey starting to check out in that Gibbs Action Sports 49 ride. Queenston Chev also on the quarter panel, that one. Lampman definitely not giving up on the top side in that 28D, but Fontaine just got a little bit better bite on the bottom. Now this time Donnie's going to follow him through 1 and 2. 3 wide for the 4th spot coming out of turn number 4. Reed on the high side, Bleach in the middle, Beagle on the bottom. Let's see what happens into turn number 3 and 4. Pete Reed goes way up the top side. He's going to dip the right rear off into the Raffadillies off the top of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lose a couple spots as now Beagle is into that 4th spot solidly in the 84.
Big save from Reed, and he's able to hang on to a spot just outside the top 5, but here comes Klazinga to challenge. Mike Klazinga in the 93K works to the outside of Pete Reed. That is for 6th position on the racetrack. Bailey over a half track advantage. Call it about 5 seconds at the stripe last time by. He might start seeing lap traffic as we're just over halfway to go in this one. It's Bailey, Fontaine, Lampman, Beagle, and Bleach, your top 5 as they run.
Back back in the field, there's a bit of a battle between Teeple, Sargent, and the 55 of Mikey Bobby, who's fallen back a little bit in that 55 Burger Barn ride, but he's in a battle right now with the 25 of Sargent, who's come up from the back of the pack in that 25 car. Sargent moved from 12th starting spot. He's up into about 8th now as he battles with the 11 of Teeple for that 7th spot. Teeple has it right now, and Sargent's going to take it away from him. Maybe nope. Teeple holds on to 7th now at the line as there's a battle for the 5th spot between Klazinga and Reed.
Starting to get racy inside the top 5 as Donnie Lampman is now having to deal with Ryan Beagle, who is committed to that inside line. He loves to run down there in the RK Automotive 84 RK, trying to track down both Lampman. He gets him, coming to 5 to go, 5 laps at the stripe. Fontaine now has to deal with Beagle as Bailey's starting to deal with lap traffic. Dave Bailey gives a little shot as he's trying to get by that lap car. No rush though for Bailey as he's got lots of room to work with in the rearview mirror.
Fontaine in that 2nd spot, running the bottom of the back straightaway, trying to keep that 84 out of the inside of his car, as everyone knows that 84 car is super good on the bottom, as Fontaine still blocks the inside lane all the way down the front straightaway. The 05 of Reed, 108, and the 93, they're doing a good battle there for the 5th spot. As I say that, the 105 of P. Reed goes around in the middle of turn 1. Teeple goes off the top side, but a tough break for the 05 of Reed there as he goes around on lap 17, 3 to go in this one.
Caution out with 3 to go. Reed brings it out. A couple other cars slipped off the high side of turn 2 to avoid issue. And we will have a 3-lap shootout to settle it. Not what Dave Bailey wanted to see, as he was in a whole other postal code, just gapping the field.
Super slow pace down the back straightaway. Pace truck going to take the hard left into the infield. Now the pace of the field is up to that 49 of Bailey. He can go anywhere from the middle of 3 and 4 to out of turn 4. Nice and slow. Bailey's going to hammer down, and we are back to racing. Good, pretty good restart for the 1J of Fontaine, though. He's going to be on the back bumper of Bailey, but Bailey hits his marks perfectly through 1 and 2, and he's going to pull away to about a 2-car length lead down the back chute.
Bailey with a textbook perfect restart from a leader's perspective. Brought him in real slow, and then now has jumped out to about a 2-3 car length gap with 2 laps to go. Couple cars going around. It's Couture off of 4. He's going to get it righted. We're going to stay green. Down the back straightaway with a lap and a half to go. Bailey by 5 car lengths into 3 and 4. Dave Bailey in the Queenston Chev Street Stock sees the white flag.
White flag out for the 84 Bailey. This one is in his grasp. He's just got 4 more corners. We're 3 wide back in the field with Jim Lampman, Pete Reed, and we've got one around off the top of turn 3. Can't see who it is. But just before we can throw that checkered flag, we're going to have to do another restart. Looks like it's the 93 at Klazinga. Klazinga's the one that had the mishap off the top of 3. And we are under yellow.
Klazinga went off the high side of 3 and 4, and we'll try one more time to get this one through to green.
Fontaine's going to be trying to get just a little bit better bite out of 3 and 4, maybe close up on the rear bumper just a little more of that 49. Beagle was putting pressure on that 1J for the 2nd spot before the yellow. Here we go, green flags out. Fontaine does get a little bit better restart again this time. He might look to the inside of the 49 of Bailey. Can't quite do it. Fontaine might wash up, open the door for the 84 car, but Bailey once again gets a great restart, powers down the back straightaway, and leads by 3 cars into 3.
Bailey shot out of the cannon, is going to be coming around turn 4, seeing the white flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Dave Bailey in the GR Enviro and Rail Street Stocks. Into 1 and 2. Beagle trying to challenge for 2nd spot now. He'll get to the inside of Fontaine. This happening about 4 car lengths back of our leader Bailey. Beagle's around off of contact from Fontaine. Fontaine slammed the doors. Checkers are in the air. Bailey's going to win it. Tough break for Ryan Beagle, who is going from 3rd to 2nd. And Fontaine just slammed the door on him in 3 and 4. And that It was a tough break for the big dog, who had a great showing in that newly painted ride. But Dave Bailey is your winner.
Bailey picking up the first feature win of the season of the GR Envirail Street Stocks.
All this. Oh, yeah. We drove by here on Thursday night around midnight. He was up here by himself. Of course he is.
I believe it. You've talked to him before, and he's here.
Calls me all the time on his way home. Freaking 1 o'clock in the morning, like, what are you doing? Straight back to ERD days.
Here he is climbing out of the car, picking up the big $600 win in the GR Envirail Street Stocks. It's Dave Bailey. Congrats, Dave.
Thank you.
Well, you started on the pole. You definitely just had to hit your marks there. Just tell us the strategy for the race. You had him checked out. You probably didn't want to see those last couple of restarts, but you had him covered.
No, I didn't. Obviously on dirt, you have no idea what's going on behind you, and starting at the front, you just got to stick with like how you got there. So there's no way I was giving up the bottom, and I don't know, I guess it just all worked out. Just drove around in circles like it was pavement.
Yeah, that's basically how she looked. You definitely had her hooked up. Tell us about all your sponsors that have the 49 rocking again here once again at Humberstone.
Yeah, I really got to thank Queenston Chev, Jibs Action Sports, and Humberstone Speedway. Everything around here is looking good, and awesome that we got it in. It looked like weather was coming, and you guys stuck it out, and we got a good show.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for tonight's GR Envirail Street Stock feature winner. That's the 49 of Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey.
Big shout out to GForceTV for all their amazing coverage of not just sprint car racing, but dirt car racing throughout the Southern Ontario region, including Humberstone Speedway. Getting ready to go with Dryden and Dykstra leading them to green. Green flag in the air. Pedals are down, and away we go. Dryden with the lead early, but here comes the crossover move. A couple cars piling in, more cars. Can't see. I think Bowman is one of the cars involved. Stratford might have got a piece of it as well.
Bowman in that 71 just sent her into turn number 1 and 2 just a little bit too hard. Got into the slick stuff, slid up into 94 of Ryan Frazier. Those cars are now hooked together in 3 and 4, 1 and 2.
Pace truck is in, and we'll try it again with Dryden and Dykstra out front in this one. Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go in the crate sprints. Dykstra with a great start. Dryden trying to keep pace. Dryden get real sideways. Great job. Oh, at the back of the pack, more cars piling in. Nanacoke got involved with Frazier again, and I believe that is the 5X of Roy on the outside, and we're under yellow once again in the crate sprints.
That mishap started up front with 5D of Dykstra put the chop on the 12 of Dryden. Dryden wasn't really ready for it, and he almost went around, and that caused the bunch up in the field, and that's what caused the cars at the back to get together. So tough break for Nanacoke. Frazier again, he can't stay out of the incidents here tonight, and the 5X of Roy.
Staley did a great job to stay off of the 12 of Dryden, but when he did that, it just backed everybody up. And that's where we find ourselves under yellow once again here, as 3 cars hooked up and hooked around in turn 1 of the crate sprints. Pace truck is in, and we'll try it again with Dryden and Dykstra out front in this one. Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go in the crate sprints. Dykstra with a great start. Dryden trying to keep pace. Dryden get real sideways. Great job. Oh, at the back of the pack, more cars piling in. Nanacoke got involved with Frazier again, and I believe that is the 5X of Roy on the outside, and we're under yellow once again in the crate sprints.
That mishap started up front with 5D of Dykstra put the chop on the 12 of Dryden. Dryden wasn't really ready for it, and he almost went around, and that caused the bunch up in the field, and that's what caused the cars at the back to get together. So tough break for Nanacoke. Frazier again, he can't stay out of the incidents here tonight, and the 5X of Roy.
Staley did a great job to stay off of the 12 of Dryden, but when he did that, it just backed everybody up. And And that's where we find ourselves under yellow once again here as 3 cars hooked up and hooked around in turn 1 of the crate sprints. Going to be a complete restart once again here as we have not yet gotten a full green flag lap in for the crate sprints. We'll try him one more time here with Dryden and Dykstra on the front row. Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go in the crate sprints. That time much cleaner as Dryden clears Dykstra into turn 1. Top 2 cars break away from the field while Staley and Neely go side by side into 3 and 4. They battle. 1 car slide and way up on the outside, going to drop a couple spots. That is the 28 of Hill, who's going to fall way back outside the top 5. Meanwhile, Dykstra out in front now by 3 car lengths over Dryden, who's trying to close the distance into 3 and 4.
Dykstra's got that top wing tugged back quite a bit, looking for some bite over them rear tires as the track is definitely starting to slick up quite a bit now as we're into our 3rd feature in the night. Out front, it's Dykstra starting to pull away from the 12 of Dryden. 3rd place, had a good run all night, is a 74 Neely. Stally in 4th, and Curtis Curley having a good run in that 45 up to 5th.
Top 3 cars, single file. Gartley trying to make it interesting for 4th place as he tries to track down Staley through 1 and 2. He closes up to about a car length, make it a half car length as they work down the back straightaway. That bright orange 45 is committed to the bottom side while Staley works the outside. Staley bobbles a little bit. That might help Gartley get there a little bit closer, but no, it's actually going to be Staley who stretches things out again with Dykstra still continuing to lead by almost 2.5 seconds now.
Staley gets a little high off the top of turn number 2. That opens up the door for the 45 of Gartley to get his nose under him. Battle for 4th spot. It's going to be Gartley at the line by a nose wing over the 50 of Staley. That's the best battle on the track right now. That's for that 4th spot. Gartley now takes it down the back straightaway as the 77 of Powell is having a good run there, moving up on the 50th Staley now. And here comes Mike Bowman from the back in that 71 to the inside of Powell as Bowman now into 6th.
Dykstra sure is enjoying the comforts of home as he is checked out on the field, starting to really put some distance between himself and 2nd place Dryden, who won at Oshweekend on Friday night. Dryden looking strong, but not strong enough to keep up with Dykstra. Dykstra will now have to start dealing with lap traffic, though, as he tracks down the 28 of Hill and the 9C of Nanacoke. Those are the first 2 cars that he will work to put a lap down with just over halfway. As 1 car around, that is the 28 of Hill. He's going to keep it going, and we are going to try to keep it green on the racetrack, and not going to be able to do it. Yellow flag is out as Hill tried to loop it once, couldn't quite get it down the 2nd time, and that's going to put us under yellow. Now what Dykstra wanted to see is that in a race is a 4.4 second advantage over Darren Dryden.
Single file, you got to be on the top side of the cone. Can't go under it or hit it, or you'll be docked some spots at the next restart. So yeah, just to keep people from cutting out a line before the start finish line, you got to put that cone there, and you got to be to the outside of it. Otherwise, you're going to the back a couple spots on the next restart. Another nice slow start from Dykstra. He crosses over, shakes off. Dryden stays right with him. Neely gets a good start in the 74 as they both all head for the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. Dykstra, though, with a huge power down the back straightaway, and he's going to pull away to about a 4 car length lead now over the 12 of Dryden as Staley in that 50 starting to battle to the outside of Bowman, trying to get that spot back from him.
Staley, the only car working the outside so far. Powless trying to work the outside as well as Stratford clears him, and now Staley's going to make a challenge for Stratford halfway at the stripe this time for Jacob Dykstra. Dykstra out in front, then it's Dryden, Neely, Gartley, and Bowman, your top 5 running single file.
Staley gets loose off the top of turn 2. That opens up the door for Stratford. Stratford now into 6th in that BS 39. Dykstra taking off again. He's up to almost a 3-second lead over the 12 of Dryden, the 74 of Neely, 45 of Gartley. Now he has pressure from the 71 of Bowman. Bowman looking like he wants 4th from the 45 of Gartley as Bowman's going to switch it up, go to the high side in turn number 3 and 4. Bowman rolls the middle, going to try to stay right on that right rear of the 45. Let's see what he does in turn number 1 and 2. Bowman to the middle, just can't quite seem to find the bite to get around the 45 car, Gartley.
Bowman really wants to go to the bottom. This time he'll go way upstairs in 3 and 4, put the power down and pull even with Gartley, and it's going to work. He makes the pass on the outside. Mike Bowman finally gets by Gartley, and let's see if he can start to run down Neely now, as Dykstra once again checking out on the field as he's almost up to a 4-second advantage over Dryden. Neely runs third, Bowman fourth, Gartley runs fifth, but here comes Brett Stratford. Stratford trying to take the 39 BS ride to the front of the field inside the top 5. That is the tightest battle on the racetrack. Dykstra's going to put the Hill Machine a lap down once again here and continue to lead the field by over 5 seconds.
5 to go that time by for the 5D of Jacob Dykstra. 28 car Jordan Hill almost spins her out again off the top of turn 2, but he gathers it back in. Dykstra clicks off another lap. That's 4 to go this time. Stratford now into 5th. He's doing a good job to move up from the back as we are now 4 laps to go. Dykstra in 3 and 4, going to click off 3 to go this time.
One car way up on the outside through 3 and 4. That's Dan Nanakoke in the Canada Fuels 9C. He was going a lap down and just stayed out of the way of our leader Dykstra. Dykstra now puts the 5X down a lap. That's Seth Roy. Dykstra dominating this one with 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air at the stripe.
2 to go now for the 5D of Jacob Dykstra. He's been running mostly 360s this year, so he doesn't even have a win this year yet. That's rare for the 5D as he's coming around this time. White flag going to be out for that 5D of Jacob Dykstra, who now is going to put on a lap of the 50 of Adrian Stolle. Stolle running in that 9th spot. Dykstra trying to put him a lap down the back straightaway. Final time, Mike Bowman clipped the wall that time trying to get around the 74 Neely, but out of 3 and 4. Here's the checker flag. It's going to be Jacob Dykstra picking up the win in the Sundance Restaurants Crate Sprints, followed by Dryden in 2nd. Then it's going to be Mike Bowman at the line over Rob Neely, 74, and Brett Stratford rounds out the top 5.
And on the opening night for the Sundance Mobile Restaurant Services Crate Sprints, there's nothing like some home cooking for Jacob Dykstra. Give a call to Port Colborne's own Jacob Dykstra, who's coming out to victory lane. A winner in the Crate Sprints, climbs on top of the wing. Can tell he's fired up to be back here at Humberstone. Jacob, tell us about the drive. That was an absolute onslaught. Anytime we got a long green flag run, you were checked out into a different postal code. Tell us about the drive.
It was pretty good. My guys set me up with a great car, and Brian Powell's for getting us here, really, and Tyler from my crew guy, and Seth, Marky, my dad. That's the reason why we get a drive like that and all the hard work we put through the week. And yeah, I can't thank those guys enough, and same with all my sponsors. And yeah, Brian Powell, like he's making all this happen for me and making my dream come true.
Jacob Dykstra back in victory lane in a crate sprint here at Humberstone. Big hometown win for Dykstra.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Quick perfected fire. Quick Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
You're so tasty. So, drive me crazy. Crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Green flag going to be out this time by Pace Trucks into the infield. It is Gillespie and Hope now on the front row, and we are coming to green.
Flag is up, pedals are down, and away we go with Hope out front, taking the outside into turn 1. They're 3 wide deeper in the field, and everybody's going to hang on to it. Oh, no, 1 car around on the inside. I believe that is the 82 of Winfield. Winfield loops it in turn 1, and we will take that lap and go yellow, I believe. There it is. there's the caution flag out now for Winfield, who went around in turn 1, and we'll line him up, try it again with Hope out front after 1 lap on the books. Hope, Gillespie, Lettingham, and Damon. Green flag back in the air. Hope trying to hang on to the lead on the bottom, but it's Gillespie using the outside to take the advantage. He'll take the lead around the outside of turn 2. Gillespie, Hope, Lettingham settles into third, and now here comes Damon to challenge on the outside. Lettingham's going to poke a nose to the inside of Hope, and the top 4 are single file. Make that the top 6 as they go into the stripe.
Gillespie in that 15 car doing a good job to hold out in front right now. Lettingham trying to find a way around the 49 as Damon pushing that high side in the 44. He loves that high side in that car. As here comes Gillespie to click off another lap as Lettingham gets to the inside of Hope now in turn number 1 and 2. As Damon has... Now the 47 gets by Damon in turn number 1 and 2, and here comes Pitts as well. Pitts up into 5th now in the 69.
Gillespie leads, Lettingham into 2nd, Hope, and then it's the 47 of Morosky, or excuse me, that is Brasso that's at the front. Morosky runs 7th right now. Brasso trying to make a move to the inside of Hope through 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Lettingham briefly showing his nose to the inside of Gillespie, but it's Gillespie out front in control at 4 now. Down the back straightaway, Lettingham trying to close the gap into 3 and 4. Gillespie upstairs, Lettingham down low. Here comes Rob Lettingham trying to challenge for the lead down the front stretch. They're neck and neck, wheel to wheel as they thunder into turn 1.
Lettingham finding the bite now on the bottom in that 19 car. He will clear Gillespie off the turn number 2. That time new leader in that 19 car. It's Rob Lettingham in the J19 going to lead lap number 7 over the 15 of Gillespie, the 47 of Brasso, and the 69 now of Pitts has moved up to 4th. So Pitts moving up through the field, going to try to get by the 47 now for 3rd.
Pitts started 6th after winning the heat earlier in the night in our Blast All Equipment late model series here at Humberstone. Pitts might have something for him, but he's going to have to make quick work of the 47 of Brasso before he can start to think about getting towards Gillespie and Lettingham. Meanwhile, Lettingham starting to drive off with the advantage. This time by the stripe, the lead up to 1.9 seconds over 2nd place. Halfway, coming to halfway this time.
Here comes Lettingham up to lap the 82 of Winfield. Winfield struggling with the handling on that car here tonight. And Lettingham's going to be able to cleanly pass him now as Winfield's going to take her to the pits. He's had enough fun in that 82 car here tonight as Pitts now that time does move into the 3rd spot around the 47 of Brousseau. And here comes Rob Lettingham again, going to put a lap on the 47. This time 47 car holds the bottom and Lettingham clicks off another lap. 11 in the books.
Lettingham trying to put Morosky down a lap. Morosky settles back in behind our leader, Lettingham, who continues to pace the field out front. It's Lettingham, Gillespie, and Pitts, your top 3. Lettingham out for a Sunday night cruise in control of the Blast All Equipment late models.
13 in the books now for the 19 of Rob Lettingham. That's 7 to go. And Rob Lettingham will pick up another Humberstone win to add to his career totals. Gillespie in that 15 card now going to have to move up on the inside of Morosky, try to put him a lap down. Doesn't quite do it this time down the front straightaway. Going to have to watch, see, make sure he doesn't chop down on him. He doesn't. He clears the 47 now. And he's got a lap car between him and the 69 at Pitts. But here comes Lettingham to see 5 to go. 5 to go for the J19 of Rob Lettingham.
Lettingham continuing to click off laps out by himself. Not too many cars in front of him, not too many behind him. He's just kind of able to ride there with a comfortable gap to manage back to Gillespie. Meanwhile, Pitts makes short work of Morosky, and now Pitts is going to show to the inside through 3 and 4. Maybe a battle shaping up here for second as here comes Thumper. Rob Pitts going to the inside of Gillespie. Down the back straightaway, Gillespie still committed to the bout side, and Pitts is going to close in alongside through 3 and 4. Pitts has that inside line working, and Hill's going to try to take it at the stripe, side by side with 3 laps to go.
39 one-thousandths of a second, the difference between Gillespie and Pitts. That time at the line, Pitts now noses out in front down the back straightaway. That's definitely the best battle on the track, as Lettingham clicks off 2 to go. That time by leader saw 2 to go. Pitts and Gillespie, they are rubbing doors now, battling for that second spot. They both want it. Pitts on the bottom, Gillespie through the middle to the top, as this time out of turn 2. Rob Pitts into second now as Lettingham takes the white flag.
Lettingham over a half the track advantage over second place now. Rob Pitts, Gillespie third for the final time through 3 and 4. Here comes Rob Lettingham. He's going to win the Blast All Equipment late model feature event here on opening night at Humberstone, and Rob Pitts is going to settle for second. Gillespie runs third. Out of turn 4, Joe Berceau is going to hang on. Wild ride to 4th. And Brett Hope brings it home 5th. That is your top 5 in the late models.
Here he is climbing out of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Roadrunner, Rob Lettingham.
The old man. Well, he's offered me to drive that thing. I'm like, Rob, no. Oh, he wants me to. He's like, get in there. No, I know.
Rob, congratulations. Like I said, you've been here running here quite a while. That's another feature win for your books. Tell us about your race there.
Well, the only thing I can tell you, if you take a look at everybody here, they make it all happen. I'm just the lucky guy that gets to drive it.
Yeah, you had to battle there with Calypso early, got behind him and then checked out. Was it smooth sailing after that? Was the car good, or how was that?
Of course the car's good. We're sitting here, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. But to tell us about all your sponsors and everyone that helps you get to victory lane for this big $800 win.
Well, where do we start? Blastall, GR, Niagara Sport and Spine, Club Belvedere's, Engine Truck and Trailer, ATC, Traffic Control, Jeff's Bolorama. I don't know. There's still some, but I probably forgot.
That's okay. We'll let you have it. It's the first one of the year. You're getting a little low. You're a little slow getting out of the car there, but we'll let you go on that one. I heard them busting your butt about it.
I'm beyond old. This is my Geritol crew, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for tonight's late model feature winner, the Roadrunner, Rob Lettingham.
Front row fires together at the end of the guardrail in 4. The flag is up, the pedals are down, and away we go with Brad Rouse and Billy Bleach Jr. leading the sportsman into turn 1 at Humberstone. Bleach around the outside, can't keep pace, and Rouse is going to clear to the lead as they work into turn 3.
Rouse on the bottom, nice and smooth, going to lead lap number 1 over the 108 of Bleach. It's a battle for the second spot. The line, McPherson already up the third. Looking for second under the 108 of Bleach now as Rouse leads. Sharpie's falling back to 4th. Mallory 5th. Curtis Friesen and his brother JMF in behind him rounds out the top 7 now as here comes Rouse to lead another lap. We're going to have 2 in the books this time by for the 18-hour Brad Rouse.
Rouse leads, McPherson, Bleach now under fire from Justin Sharp in the 8S. Jay Mallory rounds out the top 5 as they run, but this battle's on for third. Sharp trying to take it from Bleach. Bleach on the outside as they work through 3 and 4. Sharp through to third in the 8S. Clears Bleach down into turn 1, and now Mallory and Friesen are side by side for 5th spot.
McPherson now definitely starting to close in on that 18-hour Brad Rouse. So Cody McPherson starting to close in on your pulse at a Rouse, who's led every lap so far. That's 4 and in. 21 to go here for the Sterling Lubricant Sportsman Division feature. It's been clean and green so far for the 18R Rouse, but we got someone around in turn number 1 and 2. It's hard to see who that is.
It's Curtis Friesen in the Reeds Haulage 68 who looped it up on the high side of turn 2. Lots of dust flying as Friesen goes off the racetrack, and we are under yellow 5 laps into this one.
18R is the control car on this restart over the 7 of McPherson. McPherson looking for 3 in a row from last Monday at Weedsport, last night at Maryville, looking for tonight at Humberstone. McPherson gets the jump on Rouse, coming to the green that time. McPherson with the better jump, and he's going to lead into turn number 1 and 2, and now down the back straightaway. Cody McPherson, your leader.
Brad Rouse elected to take the high side, and that played exactly into Cody McPherson's hands, as he has been a bottom feeder all night and has that. Lucky number 7, Willard Concrete and Trucking, wound up and starting to gap the field a little bit. Cody McPherson out in front by 5 car lengths over Brad Rouse. Then it's Justin Sharp. JMF up to 4th, and here comes Adam Leslie to battle with Bleach for 5th. Adam Leslie in the Sterling Lubricants 15 will take the 5th spot.
Leslie's been quick here in the Niagara region to start the season. Hasn't quite got a win yet, but he's definitely fast. Looking for him as JMF now looking to the outside of Sharpie into turn number 3 and 4. JMF looking for 3rd. Leslie rolling the bottom in 5th as McPherson clicks off another lap. That's 7 in to go. 18 to go for this 25-lap Sterling Lubricants Division Sportsman feature. The front starting to single file a little bit as we're about single file through the top 10 right now.
A little bit of contact deeper back in the field between Jeff Panunte and Terry Smith, that time through 1 and 2. And a lap or two before that, Nelson Mason went for a wild ride after he clipped the outside barrier in the 35, but no damage, and he keeps on rolling. Good racing just outside the top 10. Meanwhile, up front, it's all Cody McPherson. Leads it by over 1.7 seconds, looking to extend that lead at the stripe. Brad Rouse able to keep right there with them. Lead still at 1.7 seconds.
Nelson Mason doing a good job on that 35 car. He's moved up from his 21st place starting spot, and he's looking for 12th on the backside of the 22 is Smith. Out front, it's still all Cody McPherson. He's pulling out in front as we're 10 laps into this Dirt Car Sportsman feature. McPherson now has about a half straightaway lead over the 18R Rouse. Here comes JMF, James Michael Friesen to the outside of Sharp, still looking for some bite on the high side to get around Sharpie. And who's going to be at the line? It will be JMF by a nose over Sharp for 3rd.
You can really see the track start to blacken up, especially off of turn 4 and coming down the front stretch. Lots of rubber being laid down on the dirt tonight, and McPherson has mastered it thus far. But Rouse trying to keep pace, is in 2nd. Now back of 2.6 seconds from our leader. JMF's working the outside. Sharp battling there with him for 3rd. Sharp down low as they work down the back straightaway in the 8S.
McPherson now into some lap traffic, gets around the 49 at Bill Gill. Next going to work on rookie Matteo Panunte. Panunte doing a good job just to click off some laps as he didn't even get a heat race. This is his first competitive laps in that 99 cars. Now he's going to see the McPherson to the inside as McPherson having a little trouble to get around the 99 junior of Panunte's. Now he's going to look to the outside to get him, and does in turn number 1 and 2.
McPherson clears the Panunte lap car and continues to negotiate lap traffic quite smoothly in the 7. Meanwhile, Rouse has to deal with Petey. Sharp has gotten around, Friesen's gotten around Sharp, and then Leslie is settled into 5th. Good racing amongst the lap traffic. Lap cars doing their job, staying out of the way. Everybody staying clean and green as we've got one car, I believe that's the 25 of Hawkins, that's way up on the outside. Keeps it going. We stay green, and it's still all Cody McPherson up at the front.
McPherson now going to click off, lap another car, puts the 13 and McKay a lap down. And here he comes to click off another lap. That's going to be 17 in the books that time for the 7 of McPherson. So 8 to go now. Just a heat race left in this one for the 7 of McPherson as he leads over the 18R Brad Rouse, the 72 James Michael Friesen, 8S Justin Sharp, 15 Adam Leslie, 5th, 6th Bill Bleach, 7th Jay Mallory, 8th Trevor Wright. Moving up as we've got one.
Contact in turn 3 as Brad Rouse got jammed up between 2 lap cars, and that opens the door for Friesen, who's going to lead on him going into turn 1. through 1 and 2, and Friesen's going to get by in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72. Matteo Panante there in the way of those two as they battle for second. Friesen is going to get around, and here comes Sharp to get past Rouse as Rouse drops another position.
Rouse looked like he was trying to take a shot at a JMF out of turn 4 that time, but actually cost himself a little bit of time as he let the 8S as Justin Sharp by into the 3rd spot. So now Sharpie into 3rd in that 8S. Rouse going to have to go to battle to try to get back by him, but out front it's still all Cody McPherson in this one, but it looks like JMF might have something for him if you could get a yellow.
JMF certainly fast, but does he have enough time? We're working within 5 laps to go. Leader's going to see 4 laps to go as he just crossed the stripe. Now Friesen crosses the stripe. 4.3 seconds is the difference between McPherson, who's now entering turn 3, and Friesen, who just got off of turn 2. McPherson trying to get underneath the fairway machine and lap that car. He'll do so smoothly through 1 and 2. Good run for Cody McPherson at the front. 3 laps to go.
It's definitely tricky being the leader when you're trying to run the fast line on the bottom, but all the lap cars are down there too, so you got to poke your way through it. It's definitely a little bit of dicey situation for this lucky 7 and McPherson, but he's doing a good job to get through them as now he's to the inside of Jeff Panante going down the back straightaway as we're going to be coming to white flag this time for the 7 and McPherson.
Cody McPherson out of turn 4, sees the white flag, continues to pace the field. He's closing in on the back bumper of Taylor Vanderzanden, who's running just outside the top 10, about 13th position. He's put a hurting on him this far, into 3 and 4. Can he keep it clean and close the deal? Cody McPherson gonna make it 3 wins in a row in that car after winning at Weed Sport, Maryville, and now tonight at Humberstone Speedway. JMF brings it home 2nd, Justin Sharp 3rd, Brad Rouse 4th, and Adam Leslie rounds out your top 5.
6th will be Jay Mallory. 7th, Billy Bleach Jr. 8th, 09, Trevor Wright. Good run for him. 9th, 99P, Greg Panante. And rounding out the field with a great top 10 is going to be the 3N of Noah Mamo. So a great top 10 there for Mamo. And a great run for the 7 of Cody McPherson as he picks up another Humberstone feature win. Cody, multiple-time sportsman champion here, as most of the Humberstone diehard fans know.
Cody McPherson finds his way into quick victory lane here in the Sportsman, the Sterling Lubricants Sportsman here at Humberstone. Come on out here, Cody. He's got a fresh bottle of water here. It was a hot one, it was a fast one, and it was a very, very strong run from Cody McPherson, who finds his way into victory lane once again. 3rd win of the week for you in a Sportsman. Just tell us how great this car has been.
Yeah, the car's on rails. To be honest, I was shocked. Rouse gave me the bottom there on the restart, and I knew I had to take advantage of it, and I knew I had a good car, just rolled the bottom. I didn't know how close anyone was, so lap traffic got a little dicey. I was a little worried. I almost spun out actually going into the one lap, but you know, I couldn't do it without my brother-in-law Brandon Easy, Rick Belante, my Aunt Tam at Willard Concrete Trucking, BBM Hydraulics, Brian's Tire, Dirt Outlaw Apparel, Grandma McPherson, Titan Crane, Summertime Spray Foam, DVC Contracting, my dad, Hitchman Trailers, Beaverlock Farms. I got a lot of people that help me out. This sport ain't cheap, and I got to thank all those guys that help, and yeah.
Cody McPherson a winner again, and we're also going to have a winner here in the 50-50 as well. And race fans, as we get ready for the finale of the 65th season opener here at Humberstone Speedway, keep your eyes on the racetrack for a very special surprise here as cars pay tribute to Mikey Granton and Lloyd Holt.
We will be green next time by in this Mike Grant and Lloyd Holt tribute race for the 358 S&W Service Center Modifieds. So definitely Gritton and Holt always in our hearts here at Humberstone and everywhere in the Niagara region, as those were both legends here of the local tracks. As I say that, the pace truck is in turn 3. Carlton and Flanagan gonna lead him to green. They can fire at the end of the wall in turn number 4. Looking for a nice tight even start. Green flag is out and we are racing into turn number 1. Carlton gets the good jump in the Bones Mobile number 96. As now Matt Williamson's already moved up into the second spot.
Flanagan's off on the high side of 2. He lost it. He's way up there on the outside. Not sure if he's going to be able to get that car rolling or not. Yellow flag flies as Flanagan went way up on the outside, and that one in a ball of dust. And we did not take that opening lap. We're going to line him up, try him again.
Freddie laying back, pace car's in the infield. Now he comes up to the inside of the 6 car. Freddie is a control car, and now Freddie jumps it, leaves the 6 of Matt Williamson standing at the altar, and we are not going to have a green flag. Starter did not like that start. Flagman did not throw the green, and we have Flanagan around on the front straightaway.
I'm thinking maybe Fast Freddie Carlton didn't realize that that was a complete restart of the race and the front row needed to fire together. Flanagan at the back of the pack ended up looping it, and he'll just rejoin at the back of the pack. We'll line it up, try it again here.
Lights are out on the pace truck. We're coming to green again. We're going to try this. Take 3 on the initial start of the S&W Service Center 358 modified race here. Carlton and Williamson looking a lot more even this time. Hammers are down, green flag is out, and they got a nice even start that time. It's going to be Carlton and Williamson into turn number 1. Williamson's going to take the lead out of turn number 2. Carlton on the bottom, Lindbergh into 3rd. And here comes Mike Bowman looking to the inside of Lewis, and Chevalier now for the 5th spot. 3 wide, almost for 5th.
Down the front stretch, Williamson will lead lap 1, followed by Carlton, Lindbergh, Chevalier, and Bowman through to 5th now. Here comes Tyler Willard in the 33. He's going to slip by Lewis into 6th place. Top of the field, starting to get single file. Ferry battling there with Bill Podwinski a little deeper in the pack of the pack. But up front, it's all Matt Williamson. Spraying for Skeeters, I believe Carlton may have blown up there, but it looks like it's still running. I don't know. Definitely a lot of smoke under braking maybe. I'm not sure that the motors are the issue. Might be some kind of other issue as fluid is definitely pouring out of the back of that Carlton machine. Smoke from the 96, but it's still running. And I believe that's going to bring out a yellow. Yes, it is.
Tough break for Fast Fred Carlton in that 96. The motor seems to still be running, but it's definitely puking oil all over the place. Maybe sucked in a valve cover gasket or something, but it's definitely still under power. But blowing smoke all over here and definitely keeping the mosquitoes away if they're even out yet. Here.
Odd Light's also on the card as well next weekend. The Gaston's Auto Sales presented action here from Humberstone. Matt Williamson turns them loose, and we're back green in the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. It's Williamson and Lindbergh. These two find their way to the front of the pack once again to do battle in a modified. So far, it's Williamson who's going to take the lead into 3 and 4, gap them by about 2 car lengths. Bowman's up on the outside trying to make a pass on Chevalier for 3rd. Hill Thunder around the outside in the Seaway Fluid Power. 1 car around, that's Bill Podwinski's up and around on the outside of turn 3 and 4. And we're going to go back under yellow once again. Coming back to green with 31 laps to go. Pedals are down, flag is up, and away we go in the modifieds once again as Williamson takes the lead, but Lindbergh trying to keep him honest from the outside. Here comes Gary Lindbergh down the back straightaway. He looks to the outside. Williamson moves up to cover into 3 and 4. Lindbergh is there, still challenging for that position, but Williamson is going to lead this lap.
Lindbergh trying to swing his way around the high side. Williamson plugging the bottom in that S&W number 6 car. But Lindbergh doing a good job. Williamson just has a little bit better bite out of 2. Looks like Lindbergh can hold steady with him a little bit better through 3 and 4 as Mike Bowman almost falls off the top of 3 and 4 there. Does a good job to gather it back in. Holds on to his 4th position behind the 12 of Chevalier, who's still holding on to that last podium place in the Rick's Delivery number 12 car.
Front of the field, single file around 7th place. That's where we find Ryan Ferry doing battle with Steve Lewis Jr. Ferry's up on the outside in that 1F, trying to make the pass work in the United Rentals 1F. Lewis down low in the 11S. They continue to battle into turn 1. Here comes Luke Carlton to the inside of Flanagan, who's making a nice recovery after being involved in the first couple of cautions in this one. Williamson continues to pace the field.
Yeah, like you said, good job for Dave Flanagan to move up. He's already into the top 5 in that, or sorry, top 10 in that 9th spot. As I say that, here comes Luke Carlton, our early heat winner. Unfortunately got put back to the tail for not making weight after his heat as they're 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. Flanagan gets loose again. Carlton's going to squeak by Lewis and Ferry on the bottom side in that 97. Luke Carlton now up into that 8th spot, working for 7th now under the 1 of Ferry.
Carlton and Ferry do battle down into 3 and 4. Luke Carlton on the bottom side. Ferry's committed to the top side. He'll drop the spot. Luke Carlton's going to clear him down the front stretch. And we're once again single file throughout much of the top 10. Williamson's out front in the S&W Service Center 358 modified feature. It's Williamson, Lindbergh, Chevalier, Bowman, and a great run for Tyler Willard with the tribute to Mikey Granton, running the 33 tonight in the Willard car.
Williamson now clicks off lap number 12, so 23 to go here in the final feature of the night on the 65th opener here at Humberstone Speedway, presented by Corpac Draper Doors and Sundance Mobile Restaurants. Williamson definitely running away from the 37S of Lindbergh right now, as the front 5, even the top 10, is all pretty spaced out at the moment.
Fast racetrack with plenty of rubber down on it right now, and Williamson driving away with the field, but he's going to start to encounter lap traffic. Look at the way he hooks the corner coming out of 4, almost touching the inside guardrail. Williamson has complete control of that number 6 and complete control of that race. Up first will be Glenn Stiers, the Oshwegan Flyer, the 0 car. That'll be the first car that Williamson looks to put a lap down.
Glenn had a real good run at Oshwegan's opener Friday in the 360 sprint cars. Glenn was on the podium there, but having a little trouble in the 0358 tonight. Not quite the bite out there tonight as there was at Oshwegan on Fridays. Here comes Matt Williamson in that 6 car, looking to the inside of his buddy Glenn Stiers on the front straightaway. Let's see if Glenn sees him getting into 1. Glenn does move over and give Matt the line, and he puts a lap car of Glenn Stiers between him and the 37 of Lindbergh.
For a brief moment, it looked like Lindbergh actually was able to reel in Williamson, as Williamson had to work a little extra hard to get past Stiers. Now Lindbergh will have to do the same thing if he wants to keep pace. 1.3 seconds was the gap at the stripe last time between Williamson and Lindbergh as we approach the halfway mark in this one. Williamson out of turn 4. We'll see halfway at the stripe.
Halfway down in this one, final feature of the night for our 358 modifieds. Matt Williamson putting on a clinic out front in this one. He's a professional race car driver for a living, and he is showing it right now as he puts the 72 of Bill Podwinski a lap down, and he's up to 2-second lead now over the 37S of Lindbergh. As now Chevalier gets by the 0 Stiers to put him a lap down, as the top 5 still pretty strung out, as now Gordon slowly starting to move in on the 33 of Willard. Gordon and 97C Luke Carlton moving in on 33 of Willard.
Good run at the front of the field for Tyler Willard, who's still hanging on to a spot in the top 5 in the 33. Todd Gordon runs 6th, Luke Carlton 7th. Looks like that's a battle shaping up there as Carlton's trying to reel in Gordon. Meanwhile, Williamson continues to work lap traffic. He's gotten by the Podwinski vehicles, both Bill and Tyler. Now he'll have to try to find a way around Derek Van Mill in the 2 Cool.
Lap Car a little squirrely in the front of Williamson there. He's going to switch lines, try to roll the middle around the two of Van Mil, but can't quite do it. But Lindberg's having trouble with the lap car himself. Tanner Podwinski in the 72. Lindbergh looks to the inside of him now as Williamson gets into the side of Van Mil. Williamson prying the door open on the lap car, and he does get by that time, but that's allowing Lindbergh to close in. Lindbergh within a second now of the 6 of Williamson.
Williamson trying all he can to make quick work of these lap cars the way Lindbergh is. Lindbergh was able to quickly get around Tanner Podwinski. Now he'll have to do the same as he looks to the outside of Van Mil, trying to set the move up going into 1, but Van Mil's committed to the bottom, and that's exactly where Lindbergh wants to run. That should start to allow Williamson to start to get away once again. Williamson going to put Flanagan a lap down here as they come off of turn 4. Coming to 10 laps to go.
10 to go for the 6 of Matt Williamson. He's looking up to pick up the $2,000 win here for the first feature of the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds here at Humberstone this season. He's slowly starting to stretch out again. He's almost up to 2 seconds again over the 37S and Lindbergh as Williamson, once he clears the lap traffic, can settle back in and start clicking the laps off as he's clearly the fastest car on the track right now as lap 26 is in the books. And now Gordon that time clipped the inside wall or missed the bottom a little bit. That opens up the door for the 97C of Luke Carlton. Best battle on the track right now is not a battle anymore as Carlton snoops by the 28 of Gordon, and now Carlton into the 6th spot.
Luke Carlton won a heat earlier in the night, was DQ'd for not making weight, but looks like he has a pretty stout race car with the weight back in it right now and trying to get his way inside the top 5. Meanwhile, Matt Williamson is working over Steve Lewis Jr., who runs 9th. That's how dominant Williamson is. He's lapping up inside the top 10 now, and once again, trying to get to the inside of that 11S. Lindbergh, though, has no lap cars between him and Williamson. Does he have enough time? We're approaching 5 laps to go. Down the back straightaway, Williamson cuts to the bottom, trying to get to the inside of Lewis. He'll bang bumpers once again on the side, and we see 5 to go at the stripe. Williamson out in front with another lap car gap between him and Lindbergh.
Williamson definitely looking like he wants to get around the lap cars on the bottom. Doesn't think he can get it clear around the top as he's banged bumpers with the last 2 lap cars. He's put a lap down as now he's coming in to lap the 8th place car of the 1F of Ryan Ferry. He's got the top 5 in his sights to put a lap down as Luke Carlton now is gaining on the 33 of Willard into turn number 3. Carlton looking for that top 5 spot from the back.
Matt Williamson approaching the back bumper of Ryan Ferry. 3 laps to go in this one. Williamson, Lindbergh, Chevalier runs 3rd, Bowman 4th, Tyler Willard 5th. No change amongst the top 5. Luke Carlton's going to get by Willard now. Good move from Luke Carlton to take it at 2 laps to go.
2 to go now for the 6th of Matt Williamson. We had a little tough getting this feature underway, but now we've been green for quite a long while, and here comes Williamson now. White flag is out for the 6th of Williamson, looking to pit the S&W Service Center car, pick up the S&W Service Center 358 modified feature. As he's half a lap away from that, he's going to probably just follow the 1F of Ferry through 3 and 4. Not quite sure how big of a lead he has, but here he is. Checker flag in the air. It's going to be Matt Williamson picking up the win over 37S, Gary Lindbergh. 3rd's going to be 12, Chad Chevalier. 4th, Mike Bowman. And the battle for 5th, ain't much of a battle anymore. Looks like Tyler Willard's falling through the field a little bit, and it's going to be Luke Carlton rounding out the top 5 in that 97C. Matt Williamson picks up the $2,000 win in the S&W Service Center 358 modified feature. Wayne Conray, Samuel, down here the crew. Actually, I'm starting to get hit by raindrops as we speak, so we just beat the weather. Climbing out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the feature winner. It's Matt Williamson.
How are you? Yeah, we've been.
Matt, congrats. You got to move up there after the initial restart. Flanagan drove her off the end. You got to start second, and you got the lead checked out. Tell us about it.
Yeah, car was really good. Again, tonight, I got to thank my guys for working hard today, turning around from last night. Couldn't do it without them. Obviously, sponsors, Terry Vince, what he's done to the racetrack, just being over here, and he's done an amazing job with the facility. It's nice to see with, Maryville making the improvements and Terry making the improvements tonight. It's good to see for racing in the area, and we need people like that.
Tell us how cool it is to pick up the win for your buddy there, Wayne Connie, sponsors the division. He sponsors your car. Right? He does a lot for local racing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Wayne does a ton for local racing. I mean, without him, I don't think it would be, where it's at today. And without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I got to really thank him, S&W Service Center, everybody at the shop at S&W that, makes that business thrive to help him support racing. I really appreciate it.
And just tell us about all the other sponsors. I know there's a bunch more on the 6 car that helped you get to victory lane quite a few times here so far.
Yeah, obviously, Becker Brothers Trucking came on board this year. Jason Enterprises Optional Hose, Bicknell Racing Products, Integra Shocks, CSR Engines, everybody that just makes it happen. It's a big group effort, and I'm just the lucky one that gets to drive it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for tonight's 358 Modified feature winner, Money Matt Williamson. And for myself, Travis Cunningham, my partner up in the booth, Jonathan Howe and Terry Vince here at Humberstone Speedway. We just want to say thank you for all of you guys coming out here for Sunday night opener, 65th opener here at Humberstone. And rain's starting to come on, so make sure to drive home safe, and we'll see you back next week.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GForceTV. GForceTV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.